Alrighty, so today, Lore School, we're gonna go over level of concern and the Scaled and Icy era. We just kind of combined them together. So I'm gonna go over first the level of concern arc and everything that went down and how we found all of the codes. Super interesting. Each code was found I mean, obviously, each code is found in a different way, but each code gets harder as you go on. Um, so the ARG was an online scavenger hunt that was put on by the band in July of 2020. It was designed to last over a week, but we figured it out in less than 12 hours, or in 12 hours, which was crazy. That was a crazy time. So the band had posted this here, this picture that says LOC dash 061 dash 220 dash 2012P. And then if you look at like the bottom picture, it kind of decodes it and tells you what it stands for. So LOC is level of concern 6/12/2020 at 12 p.m. So the arc started with a 24-hour long cryptic live stream on the YouTube that showed a room of analog TVs that would play distorted clip of level of concern on repeat, occasionally interjected by jarring audio bits. I'm gonna try to play video. I don't know if my audio works.
Hi, just very quickly, sorry to interrupt. Could you go on Do Not Disturb so that we don't hear the pings?
Yes. Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry, his staff chat's going crazy.
Okay, that's all. Good luck. Bye.
Thanks, Hannah. I need to figure out how to turn it on Do Not Disturb on my laptop because I do not use Discord on my PC. Do Not Disturb. Found it. Okay. Back to this. Oh my gosh. I put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so here's the video.
Evening time. Need someone to talk to? 1877 LVLCNRN. We are here for you. My day of quarantine.
So yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole video because it's 20 minutes long, but it just kind of continues playing little random clips and stuff. So it's 20 minutes long and it was just on repeat for 24 hours. I'll get into what that phone number was here in just a minute, but a little intro to the codes. There were 20 codes that needed to be entered on a website called usb.21pilots.com. The URL was in the live stream description. Each drive or each code contained puzzles or clues to the next drive, and then a decoder for other future puzzles. And this is an example of what the USB looks like. Code 1. So after you called the phone number at the end of the call, Nigel whispers, hidden in the static. With this, the code can be found in the static on the TV screen shown within the first hour of the live stream. Again, I'm going to try to play this video. This is what the phone call said when you called it.
Hello. If you are receiving this message, you most likely are currently experiencing level of concern. We thank you for your participation and interest. We have hidden codes all around the internet for you to unlock new levels. Each level contains elements that could possess a clue to proceed to the next level. That is, only if you are savvy enough. We guarantee that this game is certainly madness, happiness, paranoia, and fun. Good luck. That concludes our session. Thank you. Have a pleasant day.
So he says it really quiet at the end there, but he says hidden in the static, or it's hidden in the static. Okay, code 2. So when you enter in code 1, you open up a USB drive with a couple of files on it, and you can move on to code 2. So code 2, there was an account on Reddit, Instagram, and Twitter called LVLDNRN. I don't know how to say that without just spelling it out, but obviously it's like level concern. This account posted parts of the code on each social media page. So the Reddit post says -159. And then I don't know why I didn't put this in order, but so LOC, the Twitter was first, 896-159-07TLO. The code was also shown later in the live stream. Sorry if that cuts off a little bit for you. Code 3. Oh, awesome. It's cut off as well. Nobody actually knows how the third code was found, but it was first seen in the live chat of the YouTube live stream and posted on Twitter by an account called My Little Quarantine. This account was most likely not created by 21 Pilots like the level of concern one was. People think that the code might have been brute forced. So what that means is that somebody just went in and basically found it without actually doing the puzzle or the code. But we don't, yeah, it just kind of appeared one day. Code 4, this code was found in a live stream on Twitch by an account called Level of Concern, also not likely associated with the official Level of Concern account. There was a TV in this stream, but it looked different than the one that was on the official live stream. The TV flashed up a code which people caught and put in the live stream chat. A Twitter account called Bring My also posted a code later around this time. This code actually showed up in the official live stream a little bit later. Code 5. This code was scattered into 3 parts. There was a picture in USB 4 titled zoom.jpg, which depicts a rabbit. If you can find them by zooming in on certain parts of the picture very closely. I just put a little square around where you can see them. It's really hard to see it without zooming in super, super close. No idea how people found that out, which is crazy, but it's really hard to see otherwise. Code 6. There was a QR code from USB 5 titled underneath the surface.jpg which led to the level of concern music video. If you scan it, I tested this earlier, if you scan it, it does still lead you to the music video. The code is not in the lyrics anymore, but when you scrolled to a minute 19, the parts where it says in my bunker underneath the surface, the English captions have the code right there. So this all seems like so easy so far, you know, right? But just buckle up. It gets really intense. We're gonna watch the level of concern music video because this is the point where you could find it. That's a cute music video. Alrighty, so for the next code, code 7, in USB 6, there was a crossword puzzle titled 16 words, and then all the characters that weren't used in the crossword puzzle, like all the ones that were left over, um, were is what the code was. So there were the answers. I guess there weren't questions to it, but all the words that you found in this word search was a song title. And it gets cut off a little bit there, but you can see like on the very far left side, there's like jumpsuit going up. You can see lovely, levitate, heathens. So that was how you found code 7. Code 8. This code came from heterogram.mp4 and USB 7. The video, this one is really hard to explain. So this doesn't have any sound. The video doesn't have any sound, but it has this text: bad ol' mix yurts, CL6 3 exclamation point 9 031 exclamation point 379J. This is a code, but it's scrambled up, and those words is an anagram for the words ambidextrously. So if you swap the letters around, so like B goes to position 1, goes to position 3. I don't really know how to explain it, but I just did this little like key for how I would have figured it out if I was doing it. You basically just like switch the letters around and then you get the code. That's the best way that I can explain it. But this is the video, and then I'm gonna put a trigger warning for Flash because I don't want people to get like dizzy or anything. This video kind of makes me a little dizzy, so that's just what it looks like. There's no sound to it. It's just video. Code 9. So this code came from video.mp4 in USB 8. This text here showed up. If you look at your keyboard and move one letter to the left, that's how you get the code. So the little like semicolon, if you go one key over, is L, P goes to O, V goes to C, and then you just keep doing that for the whole thing. That's how you find this code. Is this a video? Oh, it is a video. It doesn't have any sound either. It just is some water. Code 10. This came from shortwaves.mp4 and USB 9, which contains Morse code. And then the Morse code just directly translates to the code. So yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. Code 11. This code came from a video called words.mp4 and USB 10. It flashed a string of letters and numbers, which are on the screen. I'm not going to read all of this. So the letters stand for the name of a song. So for example, LB stands for Lane Boy and TH stands for the hype. And then the numbers next to each letter corresponds a line, a word, and a character. So for example, LB641 is Lane Boy, line 6, word 4, character 1, which is the letter O. You put all these characters together and you get the code. This is the video. This also doesn't have any sound. code 12 was found in a USB called, I'm assuming that's pronounced Hellscriber, in USB 11. And Hellscriber is the name of an old system of code in which words get translated into beeps, clicks, and static. It's kind of similar to Morse code, but it's a little bit different. Translating the noise in this video gives you that code. And they had to be so creepy with it. Alrighty, we're more than halfway, guys. Well, we're more than halfway with these codes. Code 13. So there was a website called I need you to tell me we're all right, tell me okay.com, which was found in clue.jpg within USB 12. You go to the website, it asks you for a password. The password was LVLCNRN. After this, the website asks you for your name, but it doesn't matter what you put. The website then says, let's see how well you're paying attention. I am looking for keyword 1, keyword 2, keyword 3. Keyword 1 is what H becomes before it emerges as O. Keyword 2 is the longest diagonal. Keyword 3 will be posted by password. When you have all three, come back here and enter them in order, separated by spaces. Good luck. So keyword 1, the way that you found it is there was an image titled H, which is of a caterpillar, and then an image titled O, which is a butterfly. Caterpillars become chrysalis before they emerge as butterflies. So keyword 1 was chrysalis. Keyword 2 in USB 6, the word search that we had talked about earlier. The longest diagonal in the puzzle was blurry face. It also isn't like the name of a song. I said that they were all names of songs, but one of them was blurry face. So keyword 2 is blurry face. And then keyword 3, there's an account on Reddit, Twitter, and Instagram. I mentioned the called Level Concern, which also posted, which is also the password for the website without the underscore. They posted 2 letters at this time and it became the word indoctrination. So keyword 3 is indoctrination. Once you put all 3 of those words together, it said, see, keyword successfully recorded, and then gives you the code. Code 14. So this code was found in USB 13 in an image named I. If you open up this in a text editor, it shows a number of locations around the world as well as coordinates. So I took a little screenshot of what it showed up as for me. You have to kind of scroll for a little bit, but when you find it, 529R plus 7W, Tucson, Arizona. If you put that into Google Maps, it takes you to a building, and each building was shaped like a number or a letter, which I'll show you here in just a second. Putting all the characters together gives you this code. This code was also brute force. Fun fact. When you tried to download it before finding code 13, it would take you to this link, which was a GIF of Conan O'Brien with the caption saying, I don't think, which is just silly. So this is what that looks like. So LOC-118-397-90VPI. Code 15. This code came from a file called numberstation.mp4 in USB 14. It has a woman speaking digits individually. If you plug this into a decimal to ASCII converter, I don't know if that, anyway, you'll get code 15. So you just plug it into a cipher converter and it gives you the code. I do have the video for this. For some reason, it wouldn't let me like embed it into PowerPoint, but yeah, so Code 16 in USB 15, there are multiple files which with flower videos in them, and each video has a word in it that contains a Roman numeral. For example, the word poverty has a V in it, and V equals 5 in Roman numerals. You can put the flower videos in order by their bloom height, and then this translates, or sorry, then you translate the Roman numerals from the words to normal characters. You get this code. This one's kind of confusing without showing it to you. I can show it at the very end. I just don't want to lose my spot here in the PowerPoint, but I can show you all of the USB drives that I have. The idea that the Roman numerals had to be used came from a sound file titled levelx.mp3, which had a caption that has another set of coordinates, RG4H plus Q4, which leads you to Rome if you put it into a map. Code 17, this is where things start to get very interesting. We're almost done. So this code comes from using a waveform analyzer on programsect.mp3 from USB 16. Once you translated it, it showed symbols from the 21 Pilots alphabet. The symbols directly translate to the code. So this is what the waveform analyzer looks on this specific MP3. I personally don't see any correlation here, but I have a better picture here. Next one. Easier to see it on a spectrogram of the file so you can see the alphabet here. Code 18. This one is also really hard to explain, but I found a chart with the letters. All the ones that are in red are not part of the code, and the ones in the code. So this comes from a file in USB 17 called no-dashes.jpg. In it, there's an intricate grid with symbols in the 21 Pilots alphabet that translates to numbers and letters. The amount of symbols in each square of the grid is how many spaces move from that square. So if we start at the very beginning, we start in the little green square, that translates to an L. You can move 5 spaces from the L. You can move 5 spaces over or 5 spaces down. As you can see, either way you go, it puts you into an O. If you go 5 spaces down, there are two letters in that O. So you can go 2 spaces over, which puts you at C. And if you just keep following it, you just eventually get the code. No idea how anybody figured that out. It's really difficult for me to even, I tried to do it last night and I was, yeah, so that's how you find that one. Code 19 is fun. In USB 18, there's an image that an image called music.jpg. In the image, it shows a sheet of music with symbols at the 21 Pilots alphabet at the top. Symbols translate to the words hip al fresco. Hip al fresco is an anagram for the words cipher, which is a translator that translates music notes into numbers and letters. The music notes translate into the code directly, but the numbers and the dashes are in word form. So that is a picture of what it looks like. And I had the opportunity to be really, really funny with this next code, but I unfortunately did not. I'm just going to tell you about code 20. In USB 19, there's a photo called readme.jpg, JPG, whatever. In the image, it shows the letters of the 21 Pilots alphabet that translates to go to the source. If you pull up the source code from the website, usb21pilots.com, the website where you put in the code, going there gives you 4 lines of random characters. I told you, they get harder every time you find a code. They just get more difficult. This is an example of what the lines look like. So the first line, if you decode it in a hex decoder, it gives you the message, keyword 1, shed fall marktite. Line 2 can be decoded, giving you the keyword giving you the message keyword 2, shock, taste, shave, math. Line 3 can be decoded into keyword 3, power, wash, storm, child, and then line 4 translates to keyword 4, side, wall, ball, and proof. Sorry, I'm going to turn off so people stop texting me. In each group of words, you can add just one word to the beginning of them to change its meaning. For example, shock, taste, shave, math can become aftershock, aftertaste, aftershave, aftermath. The 4 words that you get, one from each group, are water, after, brain, and fire, which are the keywords. These words also refer to 4 images, r.jpg, o.jpg, w.jpg, and s.jpg. If you put them in the website from USB 13, which was I need you to be alright, yeah, whatever, you get a long string of binary code. This translates to all of these numbers here, which I'm not going to read. Using the keyboard from an old phone, these numbers translate to the message. What you seek will be found underneath the Surface Finale JPEG. Disclaimer, this is not the file from USB 5 titled underneath the surface.jpg. And I know that's really confusing, but if you look up https usb21pilots.com/underneath the surface/finale.jpg, you get an image of the 21 Pilots logo, but with the symbols from the 21 Pilots alphabet at the end that translates to the numbers 1 through 14. There was a grid behind the logo, which is 19 squares tall and 14 squares wide. 19 being the amount of codes that we have found and 14 being the amount of characters in each code. The keyword images earlier spelled out rows, suggesting to put the existing codes into the rows on the grid. The numbers on the grid that line up with the 21 Pilots logo give you code 20. So that is an example of what it looks like. Once code 20 was entered, the first 500 people needed to enter their address and they received a USB drive in the mail. This USB contained various cryptic files, demos, and goofy images from early in the vessel era, including a video from Tyler thanking the fans for playing the game and figuring out the codes. Behind him, there's an analog TV that flashes the phrase "Clancy is dead" in code, as can be seen here.
Hello, it's Tyler here. This video is on a flash drive that we mailed to your house because you are one of the first few people who cracked the 20th drive. And well, this is if you're seeing this video on the internet, then it's not what this was supposed to be, and someone leaked it on there. But we wanted to thank you guys for playing the game, being a part of what we're doing, continuing to care. Josh is doing a video too. I don't know what his looks like. Probably cooler than mine. I'm just down here, actually sitting next to the first piano that I ever purchased. And to think that some of the songs and things that I discovered on that thing got me here is pretty incredible. And I have you guys to thank. So keep listening, keep paying attention, and I really hope we see you soon.
And then the band also posted a video on how these were solved, which I will play. I'm going to play part of it.
Would it be okay if I played it first, listen, so that people can hear it properly?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, give me 1 second. Where are we? What slide is this?
31.
Actually, I'll just look it up for YouTube really quickly.
Okay.
because the audio is going through your own mic, and that is
Through my
usually
laptop.
okay.
Yeah. Going through my laptop.
Yeah, okay. I think it's this. Let's see if Lizardon is being annoying or not. Okay, you can play it on your side as well, just mute it.
Feeling tired? Need someone to talk to? 1877-LVLCNRN. We are here for you.
Cryptic.
This is scary.
Tunnel.
What does it say? What the hell? What was that?
There's a website.
There's a website.
There's a website.
USB.21pilots. Shut up. USB.21pilots.com.
Yeah.
You need to enter a code.
Enter code?
Yeah.
There's codes. There's codes. Guys, there's codes.
I'm so confused. I wasn't ready for this.
Guys, the code's on the screen.
Oh. Wait, hold on. What was that code?
Oh, here we go. The code.
JKL, that's the code.
1955509JKL.
Oh, no, drive one.
What?
Download. I'm downloading a drive right now. By typing in that.
What?
It's that code.
Kills.
Oh gosh. Oh my god.
Okay, this is one of the images that was there.
Oh, we got it.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the MP4s.
What?
The audio file is just the guy saying level 1.
I think I have an X code. Maybe.
What?
Oh,
Dude,
you do?
drop it in the chat. Drop it in
Hold
type
on.
it in the
Wait,
chat.
where can I find the codes again?
If you rotate them,
According to Google, but according to everything else, it doesn't.
I know LOC is level of concern, but I'm just saying it could be LOC or it could be something else. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand this.
On some of the pictures, I think they spell out LOC because the first one looks like an L, the second one looks like an O. I think the third one is supposed to be a C, but otherwise, I don't really know what those symbols mean.
Oh.
So this is I found the code. I found the code. Yes, I found the first code.
my god, there's another one. There's another one.
'Cause I told you a level of concern, but you walk by like you never heard. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. I need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. I need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Need you now. I need you now. 'Cause I told you my level of concern, but you walk by like you never heard. And you could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Yeah. Tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Yeah. Tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Yeah. In a world where you could just lie to me, and I'd be okay. We'll be okay. We're gonna be asleep. Tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. I need you.
Alrighty, there you go. They talk a little bit about how each code was found. They don't show every single code, which is why I went like a little more into depth about them. But you could submit your own video to be part of the longest music video ever recorded that they currently hold the Guinness World Record for at 4,264 hours. How long the music video is. Now that we're done with the codes, I'm gonna pull a moosh and tell everyone to take a drink of water. It has to be water. It can't be Dr. Pepper. Everybody drink some water. Alrighty. Christmas saves the year. So it's not like a whole bunch that goes into Christmas saves the year. On the cover of this, there's a tiny present behind Josh that has the name tag Clancy, and it says Psy is propaganda, which is alluding to their upcoming album Scaled and Icy. But this was before it was actually announced. So we didn't know what it meant. I didn't even actually notice it at first until somebody else had pointed it out. But we're gonna watch the Christmas Saves the Year music video because it's cute. Cute little Neds. I love him. So there's the music video. The song actually came out before the music video did. Music video came out on the 1-year anniversary. But I just wanted to show it. So we're gonna jump back in time again. January to March 2021. The Twitter banner that the band had at the time began to desaturate. Remember, this is before Scaled and Icy is out, so the progress bar on dema.org.info reached 100%, and the web page was replaced with a new page titled "Account Terminated." This new page consisted of white text on a black background above a Dema stamp. So the website or the little picture says, "Page you are looking for has been removed from our server. The account was in violation of terms established by the sacred municipality of Dema and deemed contraband material. Disciplinary action has been taken and the offender no longer this account. Further actions have been taken to ensure these violations occur again. Anyone attempting to access or share any contraband material executed to the fullest extent of the law set forth by Dema.org and the sacred municipality of Dema." And then it says infraction number, bunch of numbers there. The infraction number is a cipher which can be decoded saying Clancy is dead. And then under that is a simple white outline of the neon gravestones from the Dema map and the phrase Sacred Municipality of Dema, United Violets. On Monday, April 5th, 2021, the official Blurryface Twitter account tweets out the following message. The name of the new record is Scaled and Icy. So we're going to go a little bit into the live stream experience. We're going to go pretty quick through it. When you hover over with the mouse, the O on the word offender changes to the O with crossed out. And when you click it, one of 3 posters fill the page in rotating order. All 3 posters featured Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn posing. All of the photos had the same variation of this message. It all happens May 21st, 21 Pilots live stream experience, the new album Scaled and Icy. And then to the right is some pictures of like what would come up. And thus begins the Scaled and Icy. Scaled and Icy, I don't know the word for it. Anyway, Trash the Dragon, which is the album's artwork, has a unique pattern on the right wing, and a user figured out that it was a map of Clancy Way in Genoa Township, Ohio. The meaning of this wasn't known entirely yet, but it was believed to be an intentional Easter egg. We can see Tyler standing in the road in the video from Goner that was uploaded in 2012. You can go look that up. It's a great video. On the same wing, just above the pattern of Clancy Way, was the word destroy concealed between scales. Some say that they see the word him, so it says like destroy him, but I don't see it personally. I for sure see destroy. So general consensus is that it says destroy. And here we go, Shy Away. Okay. So, kind of brought up a good point that I missed here, where it says the progress bar on Dema.org reached 100%. I forgot to put in about the files being terminated. So I'll just real quick add that in because I didn't want to mention it at the end. So around 3 p.m. Eastern time, org revealed its first update since the 4th journal entry was added in 2019, which was like the chlorine update. The entire website now shows through a filter that inverts all colors displayed on the page, so white now appears as black and vice versa. The majority of the images remained essentially intact. All 3 of them had its original colors inverted. So there was the map and then a picture of Tyler and the black journal. Because of the filter, these 3 images would show up normally on the page. There's a progress bar added to the top of the page showing the progress of terminating file. So yeah, that's what I mean by like the progress bar reached 100%. And then you got this little error thing here. I hope that clears it up a little bit. Alrighty, so after the release of Shy Away, I'm really sad. I had this really cute, like Scaled and Icy font, but for some reason my PowerPoint isn't showing it. So I'm really sad about it. But anyway, after the release of Shy Away, live.21pilots.com was made available to the public, and we were introduced to Trash the Dragon. The site led to a control room where you could explore dozens of Easter eggs, purchase merchandise, and wait for incoming songs to premiere leading up to the release of their 6th album, Scaled and Icy, which also happened to be an anagram for Clancy is Dead. It was also here that Dema held their first ever live performance, an event designed to meet the citizens of Dema, and Clancy was the star. However, he was repeatedly referred to as Tyler during the show, just where that kind of gets a little bit confusing. The Choker music video was an interesting and seemingly lighthearted addition to the saga. It starts off in a similar manner to the Chlorine music video. We're gonna actually watch the music video, but kind of mention a couple of things to keep an eye on. So we are set in a normal area of Columbus, Ohio, filled with various alleyways, which we could later explore in the Roblox live event. We're not going to get into that. Tyler is wearing an orange beanie, walks nervously into a toy store, and was met with his employees Josh and Jim, who is Josh's dog. He got to the counter and really wanted the blue dragon that's in the case, but Josh just started drumming. Tyler tried to get his attention, but Josh was in and slamming away. Tyler, now frustrated, turns back and explores the shop a little bit more and then was startled by a sudden blue flash. Something to note when he turned around the first time is that Josh was in the same position. Josh was in the same position he was in when Tyler walked in, and there were no drums to be found. He turned back around, went back to the counter, and Jim had turned into a little toy with a blue bandana. Josh tenderly picked up the little dragon from the floor and set it on the counter in front of Tyler. He heavily pondered for a moment before deciding to yoink it right in front of Josh and then run. Tyler didn't realize that shoplifting was against the rules, apparently. Josh chased him down with a massive gun. It has like a net attached to it. It's not like a gun. He caught up with Tyler and then shot a giant net at him, knocking him over and encapsulating him, and then Josh drags him back to the shop. And then at the very end, spoiler alert, he turns him into a bobblehead and sets him next to Jim and the nearly liberated trash. This is a really fun music video. I love this video. It's just such a good music video, right, guys? I can't see the chat, so I hope you're agreeing with me. Anyway, I know. We are almost done. So the show starts off. Okay, so we're going to go into the live stream here. The show starts off as a 70s style morning show called Good Day Dema with its eccentric hosts Dan Liston and Sally Secarver. If you recognize those names. It opens with Tyler Clancy sitting on the couch in between the two bishops, looking positively miserable, and the bishops scornfully mocking him and insulting Josh. They then transition into Choker, which is a single from Scaled and Icy, obviously. The show was a concert filled with various mashups and interesting cutoffs, always being stopped or changed during a song of lyrics about rebellion or personal power. Occasionally, the bishop hosts would come back in little informal segments to promote Scaled and Icy, though curiously looking more and more beat up, and for lack of better phrasing, they were decaying. So the bishops had seized these two people and were living vicariously through their bodies while they slowly rotted during the performance to give off the impression of manufactured joy. In the middle of the performance, just before Lane Boy, the bishops come on screen with half their faces painted in black, reciting the Stay Low poem. The last verse of Redecorate was put into the end of Lane Boy and was cut off by Chlorine. After a solemn moment during Heathen/Trees, which is my favorite version, by the way, Josh returned as torchbearer, and they performed some songs off of Trench, Burning Car on Stage included. After the segment concluded with Heavy Dirty Soul, the bishops came back and came back for their final infomercial, dripping blood and threatening the audience, then played it off like nothing happened. The performance carried on, eventually getting to radio, where alarms started to blare and chaos erupted in the studio. Never Take It was last on the set list, performed by a street filled with burning cars and running people. After that song ended, Tyler slowly and begrudgingly trudged back to the first set, with the bishops, who were somehow looking completely normal, and then finished the end of Choker. Everyone stood up and then clapped. And here's our next single. Saturday. Very, very interesting music video that we have here. There's like 10 more seconds. Oh yeah. I couldn't remember if there was anything at the end of this one or not. Alrighty, so we're getting back into a little bit of the Clancy style letters. Oh, also everybody take a drink. Take a drink of water. Okay. 022, 03 moon 16. This moon signifies the date that the entry was created, obviously, which is also the 7th anniversary of the release of the fairly local music video. This update consisted of a new image file titled boldsoy.jpg, a map of the world of Trench, much larger than it had ever been seen previously. A compass on the image indicated that it was oriented with east is up, and the map consists of a large landmass labeled Continent of Trench, with the jumpsuit medallion at the top to the east of the city of Dema, located on a peninsula. A port near Dema is labeled Port Vile, presumably referencing vialism. To the right of the map, south of the landmass, is a small island called Voltsoy. The name is this is the name of a real Norwegian island. Translates to Violence Island, which is a possible reference to the lyrics from Migraine. So I don't know if you can see my mouse, but Voltsoy is down here, kind of on the bottom right. And here we go. We get a Clancy letter, 022, 03 moon 17. I'm only sighing because that's really small writing, and I'm going to read it. I haven't had the ability to write for what seems like a lifetime. This deprivation is what weighed on me the most, not the lack of food or the change of scenery. They wouldn't let me write anything down. Well, at least not without them present. I remember that day vividly. First, they let me out. Even though the hallway was still gray and drab, the new experience was a shock to my system, significantly different than usual captivity. I tried to match the rhythm of the nameless guard's footsteps as we echoed down the long. I followed close behind as if I had no choice. Cold concrete encapsulated us and seemed to cast a spell of synthetic calmness, obedience. We arrived at a blue door. It was an odd contrast to this concrete maze. As I went through the doorway, I found myself in another typical gray Dema room. The only difference was who was waiting for me. 4 of them. 3 of them were unknown to me, but one was clearly Keon's. I knew his voice. They proposed an idea, a television show, or whatever it was. I had no idea that I was known outside of my cell, but they informed me that I had garnered notoriety for my schemes and outbursts. They wanted to use my face for the benefit of the city. They handed me a pen, a familiar instrument, yet they must be present when I use it. They wanted to manage my imagination and vision. Although shackled, at least I could create again. Thus began the sessions. Every day, my cell door would open. I followed the guard down the familiar hall, through the blue door, to sit down at my desk and chair. My designated creative space, perfectly centered under their watchful eye. Sometimes 3, sometimes 8. Not once were all 9 present. He was never there. I would have felt it if he was. At the end of the session, Keons would take my pen, gather my writings, and send me back. This went on for months. What were we creating? I wasn't sure. A variety of songs and set pieces? Were the rulers of this stifled city actually attempting entertainment for its people? Everything I created had to be for the benefit of the citizens of Dema, a phrase I heard often. I didn't question them. I was happy to be out of my cell and putting words to paper. On the final day, I wrote the last time I was asked to name it. The question caught me off guard. This seemed like a decision they would make. Show day. They dressed me up and asked me to smile, a poor attempt at hiding my sleep deprivation. It was also colorful, as if compensating for the grayness of the city. It was a blur. Before I knew it, it was over, and I was back in myself. I only remember fragments, only blurred hallucination of color and chaos, like a dream. The confusion of it all hangs overhead. What was it all for? But it wasn't over. I guess it went well enough for them to request more of me. I was useful to Dema, and my creativity was exploited in new forms. They wanted me to be the entertainment at the annual assemblage of the glorified, a performance at sea for the premier citizens of Dema. I know those weren't real bishops on that ship. It'll quicken, I'll quicken the entry. I need to keep up with the torchbearer. During the performance, we were attacked by something in the water. I don't know what possessed the creature to attack, but it was odd and it felt incredibly intentional. Many lost their lives in the attack, and I was thrashed through the bitter cold waves, yet somehow survived. Did this icy cold preserve me? Why was I spared? I am still so cold as I write. This place feels foreign, nothing like Trench. From the frigid sea, the air is somehow colder here than the water that surrounds it. I have a strange feeling that this island will provide answers. I must go. Clancy. That's a long one. Very, very interesting music video there. Okay, so 3 hours later, there was a new file that was uploaded after releasing the music video of The Outside that we just watched. File was titled That Really Long String of Numbers. In the file name, if you split the numbers into alphabetical sequences, it gives you the word psychokinesis. The name comes from a previous file that was uploaded the same day. The post in the file contains a new letter signed Clancy. O2203 Moon 18. What is this thing, this device, this gift? Some sort of neurological connection or expansion? Psychokinetic weapon? This is absurd. Why was this given to me? Why am I the only one that can wield it? Why, or was this the reason that I survived? My mind is racing as I wait here on the rocks, staring off into the darkness, waiting for our torches to be mirrored, the signal he told me to wave. It feels oddly familiar, not the spikes in my hand, but the power it harnesses. I felt it before. Is this also the source of those rumors I heard in the dark corners of the city? Legends and stories I assumed were myth, inspired by children's nightmares, tales of what the bishops would use the bodies for. Those honorable citizens who achieved the glorious gone, referred to as available vessels. It all begins to make sense. The episodes I would have, Blood Red Vision, my dreams of flying, the out-of-body account of the rider in the river, the decaying host of the television show, the robed figures that commanded the doomed ship. Had we all just been seized by the bishops using the same technique? Is this where their power comes from? Are they immortal or just feeding off the next body, giving their hosts a brief second life? Am I in my original? Why am I available to this control? This whole time, I thought I was battling my inner self. Was I actually under assault by something else? Someone else? This small, eerie island has made me a weapon. We both believe that we can use it to change the momentum of the war. Now we must return to the mainland, where they should be there to receive this. To receive is. Yeah. We will destroy and rebuild. Though it's been years since he last spoke with them, I hope they have not lost faith in the Torchbearer's plan. But how could any of this have been planned? Clancy. And then this is just like a little picture of psychokinesis and some notes that were taken. It says, seize available vessel at Voloi Eastern intercept bishops. Glorious gone equals available vessel. Bishops control the available vessel. Intercept and seize. They will make you a weapon. And then the top letters unscramble, say seize Keon. This is where things get real interesting. And then I'm leaving you on another cliffhanger, as I do. We're going to pick up where we left off next week. February 15th, 2014, fans began to receive mail from Dema.org, which is a red envelope that was sent to fans. And that's it. That's where I'm leaving it. These are my sources. I hope you like this picture of Tyler. I think it's really funny. Cliffhanger. Anyway. Hello, everybody. I can see the chat now. You're welcome. I know, an hour and a half. There was a lot of information in this section. Is Clancy being possessed by Tyler? We do not know. That is something, unless somebody can correct me, still are not 100% certain if Tyler and Clancy are the same person, or if they're different people, or what. It's been really, really, really confusing. Why was
We
Livestream
still
Clancy
don't
called
know.
Tyler? Very great
Oh,
question. I wish that we knew that. Kinda.
I think the whole Clancy and Tyler thing is really confusing because at first we're like, no, it's
Clancy
definitely
is not
not
Tyler.
him.
There's a Dema.org letter that confirms it. I'll have to do some more research in that.
Well,
As far as I know.
Kind of, okay, at first we thought yes. Then we thought no, because in the letter, Clancy describes the jumpsuit music video where Tyler gets grabbed by Nico, and it's from like a different point of view. So that's why we thought, okay, Tyler and Clancy are not the same. But now in the newest, in Overcompensate, in the newest era, Tyler says, "I'm Clancy." So then he kind of confirms it, but we still don't really know because it is possible that Clancy is dead and Tyler kind of just took the position of someone who, Clancy being as a person who is trying to go against the bishops in some certain way, and then he kind of followed in his footsteps and took that name. So that's why it is not super certain if Tyler is or is not Clancy. I don't know if that makes sense.
And none of it makes sense.
Well, I don't know if the explanation makes sense.
Your explanation makes sense, yes. Clancy is the vessel and Tyler is the alive person? Shrug. Do we know why Keon's helped Clancy escape? I don't think we actually do know.
We don't know, but we have a suspicion is that that's why Keon's is dead, most likely. But I don't think we really have a specific explanation for why he actually worked with Clancy.
Yeah, hopefully we get some more information this next with Breach coming out and stuff. We get some answers.
Yes, Keon's is dead. Is that spoilers? No, that was just here.
I just showed the music video. So the bishop that got stabbed, Keon's. I think we figured that out. I know. We need we're gonna need a whole movie recapping everything once Breach comes out. Mini series of lore, yeah. The live stream experience or whatever came out technically as a movie. If you guys weren't here or weren't around for that, came out as a movie. It was playing in theaters, which is really cool. So we kind of got a movie.
True. completely
Yeah, this
forgot
is
about that.
I worked at a movie theater when it came out, and I got to go in and screen it before it actually came out, and then I went and watched it with my mom, so I watched it like 3 times.
Oh, that's lovely.
It was so much fun. Leaker. I didn't leak anything. Don't call me a leaker, I'm gonna get fired. Any other questions? There's a lot of information in this section of the lore. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. I'm more confused than before. That is so real. Next week will be Clancy. We're gonna go over the Clancy stuff. Clanky.
I think next week we might also do a little bit of a recap of everything so far, very briefly, to kind of just paint a picture of where we are, and then talk about Clancy. And then the week after will be about the Clancy tour specifically, because there's all of those letters and the FP stuff. So I think the remaining lore will be split into 2. I am not sure yet exactly how, but we'll figure it out.
Because you're doing that one, right? You're doing the last 2. Yeah. Hannah's doing the last 2.
Yay. I don't know who said no. I hope it wasn't about me. Sorry.
And then we also have our listening parties. So we just did Trench. So our listening party next week will be Scaled and Icy. And then we'll do Clancy. And then Breach.
Exciting.
I'm so scared.
Me too.
The most recent letter just said that was him being seized and then witnessed the happening jumpsuit. Sorry, I don't understand that question. Most recent letter you just read said that being seized and then jumpsuit. Yeah, we need to figure out how to do like a test, I guess. I know that Moosh did like some little pop quizzes. I didn't have enough time to do those, so Clancy Clicky. Hello, Clancy Clicky. Well, I know it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. Sources are on my screen. The wiki, the 21 Pilots wiki, and then the Megalore thread on Reddit are really
work. This is wiki done by us here. A bunch of us wrote most of it. It's not completely done. I think some of the Clancy era stuff is still missing. But I'm hoping we can finish that soon. So then it should be completely up to date. But up to Scaled and Icy, I think it should be all there. Other than level of concern.
You guys still need Wisdom? No.
You can steal him.
You're welcome. I'm so glad that this is helping.
That's nice to hear.
It's helping me too. Like, I was never super into the lore until Clancy came out, and then I deep dove into everything. So going through everything has been helping me as well.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching it as if it was all new, but
I know,
it's just
right?
a nice little way to refresh your knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you need the list and comment channel. Okay, one second.
That that was so funny.
Try now
And
for
the
listen.
oh yeah, I
Yes,
could see it.
go ahead.
The video of the level of concern, the like recap or whatever, when somebody here in the Discord was like, I hope they do something like this again, but make it way harder.
Oh, I remember
It's
that.
so funny.
That was so ominous when they put it there.
Yeah.
And then they never did anything again.
That's so funny. Wow, I'm never on Discord on my PC. The freaking staff thing looks cool. It doesn't look this cool on my phone.
The shiny stuff?
Yeah. It doesn't do that on my phone.
Okay, do we have any more questions? Maybe we can do a test next week. Maybe. Or you can do the verified quiz.
Oh yeah, the verified quiz is a good one.
We've covered most of the things that are in the quiz by now, I think.
I am Laura, actually.
Yes, you can retake it after 12 hours. I think there might be something from Clancy, but it would be very recent because the quiz was updated, I think, like over a year ago. I think. Okay. Any more questions before we are done with this?
Or go take a nap.
Sounds like a lovely idea.
Everyone say thank you. I haven't slept in like 2 days, actually. You are all welcome. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me talk for an hour and a half.
Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you Salsa for such a lovely presentation.
Thanks.
I think we are good to end the stage.
I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna let you do it.
All right. That's what happened yesterday. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Have a great day. Goodbye.